it's Cheyenne, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to deal with your loneliness in your sobriety. Now, before we dive into the deep end, for those of you who don't know, I'm Cheyenne, the founder of Sobriety 7, which is my community and coaching program focused on helping women get effortlessly sober in just 120 days by helping them create the life that they don't feel they need to escape from. So you're really gonna love this one. Without further ado, let's get into it. So today I'm breaking down why you might feel lonely in your sobriety, even when you are or are not surrounded by people, and how to start building connections in a way that actually lasts. There are a lot of reasons why you might feel lonely in your sobriety, but I'm going to share the top 5 I see most common with my clients. And you can pick the reason and solution that fit your situation best. Reason number 1, why you feel lonely in your sobriety. You don't feel safe being vulnerable. Right there. You just don't feel safe being vulnerable, and that is a big one. You might have people around you, like your friends, your families, even a partner, but you still feel disconnected because you're not really being seen. You keep your walls up, you hide your needs, and you don't share what's actually going on inside. But on the outside, I mean, everything looks fine. Everything looks all good and dandy. But inside, you're craving someone to just ask you, how are you really doing? And stay long enough to hear the truth. Loneliness doesn't come from being alone. It comes from being unseen. And if you want that to change, it starts by learning to let somebody in. Even if that's just one person. You don't got to tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry your business, but find one person that you feel is really going to be there for you, to hear you, to see you in the ways that you need. Reason number 2 for why you feel lonely in your sobriety. Your own company just isn't enough yet. Here's another hard truth. A lot of us can't sit with ourselves. We scroll, we binge, we fill every minute of every day, every second, every hour. Why? Because silence makes us feel exposed. When we're alone, the thoughts get louder and louder and they start to get, the criticism shows up, right? The need for validation, that shit kicks in. So we end up escaping into alcohol or into anything else to help us avoid facing ourselves. But here's the thing. The goal of sobriety isn't just to remove the bottle. It's to rebuild a relationship with yourself that actually feels safe. You don't need 10 friends or a big social circle. You need to become someone that you actually enjoy being around. That starts with giving yourself the same attention, the same warmth and love that you give to others. Reason number 3 why you might feel lonely in your sobriety. You're not plugged into a community. You're simply just not including yourself. You're not joining any groups. You are not putting yourself into spaces with people who are on a similar path. You're trying to do everything alone. And listen, even the strongest woman need belonging. Even Wonder Woman, she needs the Justice League. Church, running clubs, book clubs, sobriety groups. It doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to include yourself because connection won't fall into your lap. You have to search for it and put yourself into the right places for success. And that starts with you showing up somewhere consistently. Even if it feels awkward at first, because it probably will, just give it 90 days. Give it a fair chance to see if it is or isn't something that you like. Even if it feels awkward at first, just know that that feeling means that you're going in the right direction. You just need to stay there long enough. Reason number 4 why you feel lonely in your sobriety. You've outgrown your circle. You started to grow. You've started changing how you live, and the people around you haven't. So being around them doesn't feel the same anymore. You feel out of place, misunderstood, disinterested in the same old conversations and habits. So what do? You distance yourself. And while that's the healthy thing to do, it also leaves a big ass gap. And that gap can feel really lonely if you don't fill it with the people who align with your new values. Here's what I will say. Yes, this part hurts, but it's temporary. So as long as you start connecting with people who are headed where you're going, you're not going to be alone forever. You've just got to give it time. I literally remember this part in my journey and I felt like I had no one. And I rushed it trying to make friends, but I made friends with the wrong type of people. People who weren't in alignment with where it was I was trying to go. So don't rush it. Trust the process. And I know hearing this back, like if this was me, like week one, and somebody said, trust the process, I would want to punch them in the face. So I get it. Listen to me or don't. But at least I can say on my end that I did tell you. So you're welcome in advance. You'll watch this video 6 months from now and you'll be like, she was right. Reason number 5 for why you're feeling lonely in your sobriety. You confuse independence with isolation. You pride yourself on being strong. I don't need anyone. I can do it alone. I'm a lone wolf. And yes, independence is powerful. Yes, it is. INDEPENDENT. Y'all know what I mean. She got her own house. She got her own car. Well, but sometimes you're just lonely in disguise. You tell yourself it's strength. You tell yourself, I got this. But deep down, you wish somebody would just check in with you. You wish somebody would come around and ask you, how are you really holding up? Because being independent doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means knowing that you could do it alone, but you choose not to. Because connection isn't a weakness. It's what makes sobriety effortless and sustainable. Remember, the opposite of addiction isn't sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection. So get connected to people. This takes a village. There's strength in numbers. United we stand, divided we. So what can we do about all this? Well, here's how to stop letting loneliness pull you back into drinking. Number 1, start letting one person in. Not everyone, just one. Be real with that one person. Open up, be honest, pick someone that you trust, someone that won't use it against you later. And if you pick the wrong person by mistake, don't shut down and close up that heart. Just keep trying until you find somebody to stay safe and connected with. Number 2, sit with yourself daily. Journal, breathe, sit outside, but do it alone. Teach yourself that being in silence with yourself is okay. Make it a routine to sit in silence daily. Don't aim to just feel good. Aim to get used to feeling uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is a killer one. Number 3, find your people. Join something. DM that sober girl you follow. Get around people who understand you. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start. Stick with that one thing for 3 months. If it's not a good fit, then try the next thing. But don't stop showing up. Give it like 90 days. That's like a pretty good incubation state for you to like figure shit out. Give it 90. Then quit later if it's not for you. Number 4, be patient and keep working on yourself. It's okay to be alone. Don't run from it. Embrace it. The more you personally grow, the more the right people will naturally show up, like freaking daffodil daydreams, all right? Just don't rush it, okay? Otherwise, you might end up with people who bring you down instead of lift you up. I have personally had this experience. I rushed into things. I tried to make friendships that were not good for me, but I just didn't want to be alone. Now, looking back in retrospect, I should have just been alone. But you don't know what you don't know. So this is I'm giving you what I wish I would have known then. So listen, don't listen, but at least you have the information. Number 5, reach out and ask for help. Pride might be the one thing stopping you from living a better life. And I know that stings to hear, but put your ego aside, because if you need help, that's okay. Just like you'd call someone if your car broke down. You get support from the car man. You're stuck in a drinking cycle. You're going to get support from the community. Community is everything. It really is. So reach out for help. And the final reminder that I will leave you here with is that you're not broken. You're not doomed to be alone. You're just in a gap between the old you and the real you. And that part feels lonely as shit, but it's not going to last forever. If you do the work to build a connection, both inward and outward, you will realize that you'll never need alcohol to feel whole. You just needed to learn how to reconnect. And that is exactly what you're going to do right now. Now, if you want to understand how you can specifically deal with your loneliness in sobriety by working one-on-one with me, click the first link in the description to see if you qualify and book a call. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one.